viewers out there. Want to say Happy New Year to our esteemed viewers out there. My name is Alpha Cho. Salifu Usman is right here in the studio on the first episode of Sports Orbit Extra. Here with me, Salifu. Welcome to Sport Orbit Extra and Happy New Year.
Yes, thank you all for Happy New Year indeed, and Nigerians, Happy New Year.
Yes, of course, on today's edition of the program, since it's a new year, we will be taking out a look at the major sporting events to look forward to in the year 2024. And first, we'll begin straight from the African Cup of Nations, which is just a couple of days or maybe roughly 11 days now, or less than a week away, of course. Will be the first tournament of the year, of course, for Nigeria. It kicks off on the 13th of January in Cote d'Ivoire. And of course, and ahead of that, during the week, Coach Pesero, released his 25-man list. And from reports reaching us, we understood that as of yesterday, there were about 19 players in camp. Some others were expected today. I don't know if you have any update on that for now.
Well, it's still, I think, but as it is now, although most of the players are already in the camp, apart from the few that still have work here and there. And just like you said, the 2023 African Cup of Nations in 2024 is just a week from today. Next Saturday is the African January 13th. Exactly. Opening match between Cote d'Ivoire and so we'll be off. And Super Eagles, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will play their first match on Sunday. That is about 9 days, 7-8 days from today. And on Sunday against Equatorial Guinea. And obviously, just like we say before, during the week, and Super Eagles and the rest of other participating teams now have additional motivations to ensure that they win this tournament. For instance, the AFCON, the CAF released a 40% increment in the price of the money. The previous price of the money was $5 million to the winner that was pinned to the 2021 edition of the winner. And now CAF have increased by 40%. Now the winner of this year editions of the Africa Cup of Nations will be Smile Home with $7 million. And yet, if you look at it compared to what is obtainable in other continents, you still see that it's still meager in terms of prize money. You can't call it if you compare to what Europe, the winner of the Europe will take home, and even in South America what they take home. So you still look at the African Cup of Nations and the prize money is still meager. But however, we commended the Confederation of Africa for increasing to them. Before the prize money was 4.5 billion before, the 4.5 billion before $4.5 million. Sorry, $4.5 million before they increased it just by 11% increment in 2021 by jack it up to 5 million, and from 11% increment in 2021 now we have 40% increment. To me, I believe that is kudos to the CAF, and what this means is an additional motivation for other African nations, most of African nations, particularly the Super Eagles of Nigeria, to ensure that we win this competition. Because if you by exchange rate and despite our naira is fluctuating, you don't have a standard dollar to naira as you speak. But because you go to the black market, some people tell you say it's 1,200 naira. But on official rate, some people tell you it's 1,000 naira or 900 naira. But let's look at if you are looking at the by the official rate as per CBN at the moment, 933 naira. By the time you convert that money to that will give you almost 6.53 billion naira. So 6.3 billion naira, if Super Eagles are able to win this competition, bringing 6.3 billion naira to Nigeria, that will be a boost to our economy, and it's quite interesting. Well, if you're talking about the Super Eagles generally, look at the team generally, and well, let not run away from the fact that Nigerians are not too impressive about the preparation of the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles, the team hit the camp on Tuesday, and even as Tuesday, not the full house, not like I should say in your intro, but by now we have a full house already. And the injury to Wilfred, to me, is a big concern because Wilfred is a key player in that team. I don't know why a key player now. For we to miss Wilfred, the Hassan Yusuf that has been drafted to his replacement. I don't watch him in recent times, so I don't know how much effective
from some reports I got online yesterday, from some comments, some people actually say that look, it's a time for him to show himself, because some ex-players of the young man who played in the league actually said that he's a fantastic player. They've been wanting for him to have this opportunity to play at this big stage so that a lot of Nigerians will see what he possesses. But from the reports I've gotten, it looks like he's highly rated. It looks like this might just be sometimes the injury to a player sometimes opens the door for another revelation. Exactly. And from what people are talking about, Yusuf, so far I'm impressed with the comments I've been seeing about him.
Yes, Yusuf for common as player, a very big player who have made just like you see that. Even I was even shocked. Because I almost forget about him because this name is not come up. But for we to have still almost forget about it, clearly show that he has not been too dead to meet the way we expected him to be. Because after playing for us, where he excel and make a move to move to Europe, one is expecting by now to be a key player, but sometimes certain factor may play against you. But let's hope that in as much as we are not happy about the injury to Wilfred Ndidi, we have seen a lot of Nigerians have seen what Wilfred Ndidi has done. And over time, but it's not just like you say, it is not over. It's an opportunity for Hassan. God has thrown this opportunity to him, and we hope that he should be able to grab it and grab it well.
All right, away from the AFCON, of course, also the WAFCON, that's the women version of the African Cup of Nations, will also take place this year again. This time, Morocco will be hosting once again, and our Super Falcons, who have already qualified for the tournament once again, will be participating, hoping to regain control of their dominance in African football. Recall that in the last edition, the performance was not too impressive by Nigerian standards. If it's some other countries getting to the level they got to, you could say, okay, they did well. But by Nigerian standards, a lot of Nigerians were not too happy with their performance. But we hope that this time around they'll give a good account of themselves, especially seeing what they did in the World Cup. Their expectations are high now. People will be hoping that with the performance they put up at the World Cup, they'll be able to bring that performance right here in the African continent and dominate once again.
Yes, absolutely correct. If you're looking by Nigeria, just like I like your word, by Nigerian standard, the performance at the Morocco at the last edition of AFCON was not too anything to write on the board. By any other African country, that would have been the best performance. But by Nigerian standard, because I was looking at one statistic that I was doing last. That if you're looking at the number of African player of the year that have been produced by African, Cynthia Pepesho won it 4 times, Shola won it 6 times. Apart from in between, you have Mercy Akidi, you have Cynthia Owa, and the rest. That means since apart from South African players and whatever, that Nigeria have been producing the best African Cup of Nations. If you come to the Africa World Cup, the title, Super the Falcon won it nine times officially. Even before it was World Cup, they have even won it 2 times before it was officially. In overall, they have won African title by 11 times. Okay, and then talking about in terms of numbers of everything, we have there over time that the difference between Nigerians and other African teams cannot be any year comparable to them. Except even South Africa that is trying to even take a close up. It will take South Africa many years to close up what the distance and the gap Nigeria has already given. And that's why Nigeria we're not happy the way the Falcon performed at the South Africa. If not for their performance at the World Cup, that raised the morale again. If not, people will always say, "Oh, it appears that Super Falcons are going to extinction."
Exactly.
But they are surprisingly they put up a brilliant performance at the Australian and New Zealand World Cup, and by that standard, the hope arises again that yes, Super Falcons have the chance to regain their dominance, and I think they are beginning to regain their dominance. And if you're looking at their qualified for the last match against the Cape Verde, the last time we see Super Falcons scoring a 5-goal against a particular team, they have been long through that other and wondering would not have that can't go magic. Exactly. But under the new coach Madugu, where the team were able to beat the Cape Verde 5-0, giving Nigeria 5-0 before when they were to score another 2-1 to make it 7-1 on aggregate. That clearly shows that the Super Falcons are beginning to regain their dominance, and we so flagrantly believe that because you look at the players we have in the Super Falcons, we have the and we are even looking at the Falcons, we have very brilliant young girls who are also coming up. So we hope, despite that, even as much as the other South African countries, other African countries are trying to catch up with Nigeria, we still believe that the competition is widening up, but still that the Super Falcons will be able to regain their dominance, go into the World Cup this year.
Of course, also the All Africa Games, the 13th edition, that was postponed till 2024 and will be hosted in Accra, Ghana, between the 8th and 23rd of March. Of course, this will feature 27 medal scoring events, and of course, Team Nigeria will be in that competition also.
Yeah, another tournament that was supposed to be held last year, but was delayed because of Ghana not being able to put their house in order, not being able to put their facilities together to hold the competition last year. It has been postponed. It has another carry over to this year, just like AFCON, carry over to this year again. And just like say, Nigeria will be a key factor. And the Team Nigeria has always been a tough competitor when it comes to all Africa games. At the last 3 editions, we are always in the top 3. In the top 3, that will finish in this. That will finish. Although although we have not make it to the being in our first edition, but after the South Africa or probably Egypt, we always come between. That South Africa and Egypt are always our biggest rivals when it comes to all Africa game, and we still believe that going by what we say, and the good thing is that even the delay of the All Africa game that was supposed to be held in last year to this day, to me, it's also an advantage for African countries because it's an opportunity to use our as a preparatory game for the Olympics.
Exactly.
So for the athletes, Nigerian athletes who be in the Olympics, it will be a very good opportunity to have the convergence of African athletes converging in one same time, training together, competing among themselves, and also use the opportunity to train and prepare for the other continents of the world for the Paris game. So believe that the Nigerians will be able to, but I still believe that no matter how plus or minus, we'll still be within the top 3 in the All African game.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, other sporting events look forward to. Of course, the NPFL. Of course, the winners of the 2023-2024 season will be crowned this year. Recall that Enyimba are the current holders, but in 24 we'll see who will be crowned. But right now, looking at the performances so far, who do you think should emerge as winners of this season?
Well, I still believe that it's still very early to predict the winner because if you're looking at the performance of the team, currently the Remo Stars are topping the log. It used to be the Star, but they have been overtaken. They have been overtaken by Remo Stars, and even sometimes do I say they are earlier pretender or whatever, but the big boys or the big ones like River United and Enyimba, the defending champion, are not doing badly, but I still believe that the like of Remo Stars and Lobbies that are still just up there to clear the course. But let's how he's doing. The match is still very long. The week is still very. It's a marathon league and it's still very long. It's not like last season that it was a bridge league, but this is a long league. But let's see how he's going to go. But obviously, I commend Remo Stars has in the last 3 editions has always been to be sure that they has what it takes to over. Maybe we'll say I can't have them, or maybe this year could be their year. By climbing all their effort in the champion. Remember, they are the only, apart from them and the Goma United, are the only private owned club.
Same for Sporting Lagos.
Sporting Lagos, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you much for inviting me. To me, that's an improvement. You now have 3 private owned clubs in competing in the league. That is a good development, and we believe that let's see how those clubs will be able to sustain and show example. Yes, and let's show that to show to some state governors who are seeing football club as an avenue to reward their dog. I use that word carefully, to reward their political dog. It's not football clubs should not be an opportunity to use it to reward a political dog. That's why a lot of people have said, let the football club be left in the hand of private management. Let it be on. And if at all, it should be run by the government. Government should stay behind and let run as a business. Not just as government just bring money and dash it to the people and without unaccountable. Or okay, most of the clubs you have in the Premier League, you don't have you don't even get that. Clubs are revenue generating, are supposed to generate revenue, but most of the clubs they don't even explain, don't even give the return how they transfer player or how they sell player.
You're right.
And it's because it's a government affair. But if you can't get to Remo Stars, there's not any club player that let me Remo Stars without having the balance of without knowing how much is coming to the club.
All right, that's anyway. We'll go for a quick break, and when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back from that break. It's still Sports Orbit Extra. Now, of course, we spoke about NPFL. Of course, another widely followed league here in Nigeria, the EPL. Of course, the EPL has gone, its run is halfway course already, and this year, by May, of course, there should be, will it be a new winner or will Man City retain the title? But one cannot tell. But this season's EPL 2023-24 season is looking like one of the most competitive in recent times because as it stands, Liverpool currently on top of the table, though Man City not too far behind. Of course, the likes of Aston Villa, Arsenal still in the mix, but is looking very competitive this season.
Yeah, before that, some Albion may feel well, we are discussing about the major sporting event for Nigeria. So then some people, why are we talking about EPL? But EPL, yes, it's a foreign league, but if you go to Nigerian streets, on the street of Nigeria, the beer parlor, people talk more. Nigerians are engaged in the EPL more than even our own local league. That's why it's more important that it's one of the events that we engage in Nigerians this year. But obviously, on the street, on their phone, on any new way, Nigerians are talking about EPL. And if you just like say, the EPL this season, even as we are at the moment, it is too close to call. Nobody can clearly say who is going to be the winner at the end of the season. Although some people like I said are already predicting for Liverpool or either Liverpool or Man City. In as much as Arsenal are always just a pretender, you can't a whole lot of Arsenal fans, most of Arsenal fans are even begin to get disappointed, follow the back-to-back defeat to West Ham and Fulham United. And Aston Villa look to appear to be a very serious contender this season, but I still believe that they are just a pretender. And obviously, when they get it hot, we're definitely going to see them dropping down. But however, but you can't write them off from making a surprise to finish among the top 4 this season. But still be what let's see how it goes. We are still just on the half of the league, just almost 19 matches or 20 matches have played so far. So we are still, I can say, we are still in the middle of the season. But so far, Aston Villa have surprised a whole lot of people, and even Man City. Looking at Man City, yes, Man City always surprise people. No matter when you think that they are struggling, they will just pick up. But if you look at Man City's performance, they are not too consistencies. But if you want to ask her, then last season, Arsenal was almost giving them 8-point gap.
Exactly.
But
by this time,
from nowhere, they came from behind. Arsenal, not too sure about themselves, are not giving what they are supposed to give. On the way, drop point where they are not supposed to drop point, and then Man City catch up with them and overtaking them. So even as Man City are not too consistent this season, now they have the Kevin De Bruyne back, and they can be drawn back to the team in the midfield. You can be rest assured that Man City will pick up because the absence of Kevin De Bruyne have heavily failed on the team. And at the same time, the likes of Liverpool, who appear to many people and for many people, Liverpool appear to be a major threat to Man City regaining winning their first straight title. But Liverpool have now lose Salah to the AFCON. Within this 1 month of AFCON, let us zoom in. If Egypt progress to the final of the competition, that means they are going to miss Salah throughout January and almost to the half of February. So that's more than a month. And within that time, Salah, either you like that, if you look at Liverpool performance, so Liverpool get this. Salah has always been a key factor for Liverpool to get to where they are today. And we're going to miss him for that thing. It's obviously going to affect, and people think that will be an advantage for Man City. Man City is not likely to look at any very key player for this AFCON.
Of course, also the Champions League, also, of course, a new finalist will emerge this year. Of course, the round of 16 draws were held last year, and of course, we now know the matchups that will come up in February. But who will emerge winners this time around?
Well, looking at the Champions League this season and looking at the match that have played so far and looking at the pairing for the semi-final for the round of 16, Man City have an easy draw for the round of 16.
Yeah.
So also Real Madrid also have an easy draw for the round of 16. The like of Napoli and Arsenal. Well, we even mention Arsenal whether Arsenal have a chance. Where they are still competing, Arsenal have to contend with the Porto in the round of 16. To many people, that's a very tough draw for Arsenal. Contesting the Porto in the top draw because of life. There was a time Arsenal were knocked out in of the Europa Cup last season by a Portuguese team, and here again another Porto again on their way. But let's see how you're going to be. So obviously, I still see Real Madrid and Man City all pushing the way to the final this season.
Yeah. All right. Of course, another big event, if not one of the biggest events on the sporting calendar this year. Of course, the Olympics. It comes once in every 4 years. This time, it will be Paris who will be hosting these Olympics. And of course, once again, considering Team Nigeria's performance at the 2020 Olympics, a lot of Nigerians will be hoping that this time around, Nigeria will put up a better performance than what happened in 2020 in Tokyo.
Yes, 2020 in Tokyo, although a whole lot of people have seen the Nigerian performance at the 2020 in Tokyo, not too impressive. But me, I always have a different view. Because if you compare Nigerian performance at the Tokyo Olympic and compare it to the previous two editions, to me, 2020 Tokyo Olympic was an improvement. What do I mean? At the London 2012 Olympic, we went to the London 2012 Olympic without winning a single medal. At the Rio 2016 Olympic, we came back with just a bronze medal, courtesy of the dream of the football team. And for the Tokyo Olympic, we came home with a bronze and silver medal. In that case, so I feel it. I want to say, in spite of the scandal that happened because of the banning of 10 Nigerian athletes.
I think that was the major issue. That's why a lot of Nigerians saw it as not be, because this the thing that happened on the side, not the performance per se, but a lot of things, the issue of tracks and all of that. So there are a lot of scandals that happened that didn't put Nigeria in good light. So I think for a lot of Nigerians, that's what they really were concerned about.
That is the only thing. So apart from that, the banning of 2 Nigerian athletes that were banned because of out of competition text, and the incident that happened to Blessing Okagbare, the big incident that happened to Blessing Okagbare. If not, in terms of performance, in terms of result, Tokyo Olympic was Nigeria's best performance compared to the 2 previous editions. And apart from even in terms of medal, and apart from that, we also have Nigerian athletes. We have Nigerian athletes competing in the final of several, which never happened at the London Olympic and at the Rio Olympic. For instance, Tobi Amusa was in the 100-meter final. We have Enoch Opogo in the final. We have a Sekri in the 100-meter final. In the London Olympic, we don't have those guys. We don't have anybody in the final. And also same thing to Tokyo Olympic. So the Tokyo Olympic was an improved performance, but the incident that happened, the value of athletes, and also the kids issue. So all those things have to overshadow the result, and that is why people are saying that the Tokyo Olympic was a flop. To me, Tokyo Olympic was never a flop in terms of performance. But coming to the Paris Olympic, and I believe the administrators may have learned a lesson from what happened at the Tokyo Olympic to amend this issue, because the act of competition test we are talking about has already started. It is not just about a week to the competition or 2 months to the competition. Now we are talking about 6 months to the competition. And the athletes are supposed to be continuous testing. If you are going to play, you should be nowhere to test, and you should know that. You should also be mindful of what to take in. Because ignorance is not an excuse. When you say no, I didn't know, it's not an excuse. If you're an athlete, you should know what you're supposed to take into account and what you're not supposed to take into account. And administration should be able to provide all the necessary statistics and all the guidelines that you get athletes. And I hope we have the new minister in terms of Eno. Eno was not at the Tokyo Olympic. Eno, he just coming from nowhere. Looking at his background, he doesn't have a sporting background, but he has learned fast, because he has taken his time to study a whole lot, to take his time to learn to study a lot of things. And I believe, if you look at some of the decisions he has taken since he came on board, you can't create either this man know nothing or so he knows something about sport. But obviously he has shown that he is a student who is ready to learn, and I believe he has learned well. And so those who are with him should be able to guide him well and help him. For instance, now we have Sunday Adele as one of his essays. Sunday Adele will claim was be one of the factional group of the AFN that led into that miscarriage of the athletes competition because of the division in the AFN last season, because of the difference for that all those issues that happened at the Tokyo Olympic. Now Sunday Adenle is now with his minister as a SA, as one of the SA to the minister, and Sunday Adenle, who claim to know it all, should be able to know, to guide some of all those and tell the ministers and whoever is concerned the right thing to do at the right time. And just like say, we believe that Paris Olympics should give us the best opportunities. But if you're looking at our performance at the Budapest in terms of athletics, our medals always come from athletics. Look at our performance at the Budapest Athletics. We didn't have a full impressive performance at the Budapest in Hungary, but we believe that our athletes will be able to make an amendment. And I'm just like saying, I'm happy that the All Africa game is coming before the Olympics, and it should be a testing ground or a preparatory ground for the Paris Olympics. At the same time, another modern prospect that we have is in wrestling. We are doing well in wrestling at the moment, and I believe that obviously believe that Paris Olympics will be a different story for Nigerian team.
All right, quickly, the Paralympics also coming up. The Paralympics seem to be one event where Nigerian athletes seem to do quite well. Of course, the Paralympics usually comes up after the Olympics, but Nigeria over the time has done quite well when it comes to the Paralympic Games.
No, when it comes to Paralympics, there's no doubt what we always report to reckon with. Even in the previous Olympics, at the London Olympics, Paralympics came to our rescue, and the Rio Olympic, Paralympics came to our rescue, and so Paralympics always come to give us something to share, and I believe that Paris Olympics will not be a different story.
All right, so we look forward to 2024. Seems to be very loaded in terms of sporting events for Nigeria, and here on Sports Update Extra we'll be watching those events to give you updates as those events pan out. Well, that's our package on today's edition of the program. Well, next weekend we'll come back with another exciting edition once again. Telifu, do you have anything to add quickly before
what I wanted to add is just for other sporting, some people will have like, why are they just leaving? Yeah, there are major sporting events that is going to happen. For instance, the bowling ball June 8 is kicking off on the 8th of this month. Several events, but because of time, we can't take it all. Not that I say we neglect all over.
No, sure. There are a whole lot of events. We can't take all of them, rightly said. All right, until we come your way. Once again, do have a wonderful weekend. My name is Afa Acho, and it's bye for now.
For watching, for sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.